Yeah, they've had their troubles with floods and fires, and but it's still just a really beautiful place. And of course, I love the ocean anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a perfect setting because it gives you both a mix of the ocean and the mountains nearby, and yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and get us started. Hopefully, there aren't any latecomers, but thanks everybody for joining me this morning to talk about creating wall art for your home or your office. And happy Earth Day as well.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will be walking you through a lot of different services online that you can use, and even some mobile options that will be available to you. So I'll go ahead and get us started. Before I start, is there anybody who is brand new to Get Set Up? First time taking a Get Set Up class? No? Okay. Okay. Well, my colleague Max is here. He dropped a note in the chat too. If you run into any technical problems, just let him know. You can do that through the chat and he'll do some troubleshooting for you. And I'll be monitoring the chat as well. Okay, so let me get started here. Okay. So a little about me. I live in Silver Spring, Maryland. That's right outside of Washington, D.C., where it is very cold right now, unseasonably. In addition to serving as a Get Setup guide, I do some freelance writing and editing and photography as well. And I dabble a little bit in graphic design, really as a hobby. But I do like to work on some of the services that I'll touch on today. I really enjoy being here on Get Set Up as a guide. I enjoy the interactive learning. I'm making a lot of friends. Great to see some familiar faces coming to my classes, and I like meeting new people as well. And of course, Get Set Up is here to help you learn, and your guides are all people like you, older adults. We've all faced similar learning curves on a lot of technology and health information, things like that. We learn from each other. Ideally, we can see you on camera if you're comfortable with that. One of our objectives here at Get Set Up is to create a lot of social connections. So the visuals really help. If you would like a recording of this class, you can email us at help@getsetup.io. Just be sure to identify the title of the class and the date, and we'll get that recording sent to you. If you are joining us by live stream, welcome. Happy to have you watching. I encourage you in the future to actually register for a class, and that way you can interact with the other learners, ask questions of the guides directly. It's a nice experience. And lastly, Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products. So none of the services that I mentioned today are meant to be advertisements in any way, just informational. Oops, okay. So today we are going to talk about some of those online services that help you create your own wall art using your own images, whether those are photos. Sometimes you can even do some kind of nice text-based wall art, maybe with a quote or a saying or something like that. I'll do a couple of demos on how to make that happen, and also show you what the steps are to ordering your creations. If there's anything else that anybody was interested in learning about specifically today, I'll stop right there and see if anybody wants to share what they'd be interested in learning, or what kind of wall art they're interested in creating. Frame prints or canvas or
Canvas for my grandchild.
I'm sorry, what was that, Rahman?
Like a canvas of my grandchild.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Anybody else? Okay. Well, let me get us started. So you are able now to get, just by going online and uploading images, you are able to get photos printed on all kinds of materials and in all kinds of ways. You can get framed prints, which a lot of us like to have, but you can also get canvas prints. There are services that will actually print photos on wood. I did that a couple of times and was really happy with the results. Acrylic, glass, metal. You can create tiles, like small tiles, very easily, and even tapestries. And there are a variety of places to do this. Some are a little pricier than others, depends on what you're going for. But I will, in the class notes that I send afterward, show you some links with some reviews on all of these, some things like the 10 best places to get wall decor, customized wall decor. But some of them include Shutterfly and Snapfish, which you all are probably familiar with. That's where we send, for a long time, we've sent photos, digital photos there to get printed. A lot of people are familiar with those. Another place that advertises a lot on social media, actually, is called Fracture. Their website is fractureme.com, and I'll include that link in the class notes. They specialize in getting photos printed on glass. I've never tried that before, but the results look pretty stunning. And I've seen photos printed on glass at different art shows, art festivals, things like that. Canva, many people are familiar with. Their advertising a lot. There you can get canvas prints very easily. There is a site called Easy Canvas Prints where you can get canvas prints. Some of these others, MPix and PrinterPix, provide you with a variety of options: canvas prints, frame prints. I think maybe Metal Mixed Tiles specializes in tiles, getting tiles printed and mounted on your wall. WoodSnap is one that I've used to get photos printed on wood. And then another one that I just discovered this morning is called Printique. I haven't tried that yet, but it looks really nice, and it's getting some good reviews as well. And of course, you've got a lot of places, and these outlets do, or retail companies do, a fine job with some of this. Walmart and Target, CVS, Walgreens, and Rite Aid all do this. Costco and Sam's Club, and even Amazon. You can print this print something right from Amazon. I will include in the class notes too links to the specific pages on those websites for getting your photos done or pictures. Okay, so let me open up one of these services and walk you through a demo. So if I come to Shutterfly, I'm going to go to wall art. They also have home decor, which expands your options, but we're just going to go with wall art for right now. And I'm going to go down and get a framed, I'll just get a framed print. Here are all your options. And I'm going to go in here and just look for a nice frame for okay. So when you open this up, it invites you to personalize it. So I'm going to go into my photo library, and I've uploaded some photos already here, but I am going to go to add photos down here, And here are some things that I've already uploaded to the site. Just some pictures I might want to get framed. So I'm gonna get this picture of my dog in front of the fireplace and see if I can get a frame of that. So that's what I'm gonna want to use. And I'm gonna click add to cart. And I forgot my password, so I may have to, okay. I forgot my password for this one, so it's not the best demo, but I can look in here and see. Here's another one. Let me try this again. Sometimes you need to fumble around with these a little bit. But if you remember your password, it helps. Let me see if I can get into this one again. Well, I will go to another one since I forgot my password here, but let's go to a service like Snapfish. Same thing here, and they have some specials right now on things like, yeah. So you can see you've got photo tiles. And I'm going to go ahead and make a canvas print. And I'm going to make it 20 by 24. And some of these are kind of pricey, but that's a big one. You can also get these framed. And I'm going to create it now. Okay, and then I can go in here and I can get photos either from my computer, from Google Photos, from Facebook, or from Instagram. So anything I have posted or stored on these, I can import in. I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to select a photo that I've taken, and this is just a landscape. It's loading it up. And I can drop it in here. Dimensions aren't great, but I probably should have picked a different size, but just for the sake of argument, I can move this around a little bit and see what happens here. All right, there we go. So I can get it that small. Then I hit review and buy. And if I don't like this size, I might want to go with the 20 by 30 because it fits more of the photo in. So there I go. And I just add to cart, and from there, if it's a low resolution, it will let me know. And this photo is not big enough for the size I'm getting. I can order it anyway, but once I do that, it will walk me through the. No, that's not what I wanted. All right. Anyway, it'll walk me through the e-commerce process and I'll be all set to go. So that's just with a canvas print. So let me look at the other. So I'll take you to Fracture. It's called, the website is Fracture Me. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here. They're having a sale right now. And I'm going to go in here, pick a photo and open it up. Here you've got some options for something really small that's only $20 that you might be able to put on a desktop. Let's say I'm going to go with this. Going to add it to my cart. I actually worked on another one here too. And then I just check out. Very easy to upload those.
Scott, is there somewhere that tells you what the resolution needs to be for different sizes without like adding it and then having it tell you it's too small?
I would, it doesn't, but I would say that you would want to go with 300 PPI. If you don't know what that means, sometimes you can look on your computer at what that size is, but that is ideal for print. If you've got something, and a lot depends on the size of the image or the print you're looking for too. So I didn't necessarily optimize these for the sizes I'm choosing. I just wanted to walk you through the process. But one thing that you might want to do is try it at the largest size, and then go down from there if you need to. But if you can find out what the pixels per inch are on your digital photo, that is a good indicator of how it's going to reproduce. So 300 pixels per inch is ideal for printing. You can also save the image as a TIFF file, which really makes it ideal for printing as opposed to a JPEG. So that will help. Okay. And here it does tell you, I've got these options here. So the image I have is pretty small for this print size, and for this print size, which is an extra large landscape, it is not ideal at all. So this size is about the max I'm going to be able to go. So it does give you a little bit of indication. So if we go to mix tiles, that's where you can get tiles created. And you can see some examples right here. So I'm going to get started here. And let's say I'm just doing this for myself. I'll type in my name and go from there. And what's my email? All right, I'm just going to go from here, and I can upload photos directly. So I'll go into this selection here. All right. So there's one. I can add another. If I, whoops, I hit the wrong button. I want to go to, so I can create as many of these as I would like. I'm just picking a bunch from a trip to Iceland that I took. And there's the other one. So I'm just going to create a series of 3 tiles like this. And this is the classic. You can go with bold. You can have them framed like that. I'm just going to go with the classic for right now and go to checkout, place my order. The total is only $33. So if you're looking for maybe just some nice tiles to put on your wall, that's pretty, that's a pretty low cost. That's not bad at all. And the shipping is free.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
The tiles, is that just, it's a flat thing? Does it have glass over it or no glass or?
Well, you know, it's funny because there are different materials, and I don't know if they're telling us here what those are. Some they're actually, I discovered on some other sites, the tiles are actually made of some kind of foam, some kind of high quality foam.
Ah.
but here on the each tile is $11 and doesn't really say what material they're made out of. But I think they actually have an adhesive that just goes, that is behind them, that actually just sticks to the wall but doesn't do any damage.
Oh, so you don't have to have hooks or anything like that.
Right,
Hmm.
right. Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It says here even, are there any kind of walls mixed tiles won't stick to? And it says the vast majority they will. So
Cool.
okay. So that's not bad. See, no nails needed. So that's pretty nice. I want to go to this Printique, the place I just discovered, because I was really impressed with it. So here you've got, let's say we're going to do a metal print. And you can choose your shape. So let's say we want to do something sort of an oval like this. And I can go into my computer. All right. And I'm going to pick, I'm going to go in here to dogs. Or no, let me. Okay, I'll pick this one. So I'll drop this in. Not very good resolution. Well, no, I guess it's okay. Okay, so from here, I have a nice circular little, maybe I want to center her a little bit. It allows me to move around a little bit within this frame. I add to cart, and this is what it's going to look like. And that is $36. So just a nice metal print. And you can do it in a heart shape or something like this. See what some of these others look like. Okay. Yeah, so this one is probably not the best quality. You can even change it to black and white if you would like. And you can get and put it on an easel or make it a magnet or a wall float. And it even allows you to go with a various types of finish. So maybe I just want to go with a nice satin, and from there, I go to cart and just type in my email address. I can set up an account here and I can order from there. Okay. And there's a site called Easy Canvas Prints. There's another one. This one's pretty easy to use, but they also offer metal. And it's pretty much the same process. And you can even do collage prints like this. So let's say we're just going to make canvas and we're going to go with a 18 by 24, and here you go. Let's just make a 4-square collage. And from there, you can just start adding your photos. Takes a little while. There's 1, 2. And I'm trying to go with flower pictures, but I don't have that many. So let's just pretend I do. And I'll just drop in a couple of others. And maybe I'll drop in some ducks. Okay, you're probably going to have a little bit more cohesion with what you're uploading, but let's just say I was wanting to make some sort of floral design here. From here, I can go in and do any kind of moving around I want to do. If I want to center that a little more, I can do that. And there I go. That's $20. And I'm all set. So I've got a nice 18 by 24 canvas print with a collage.
Can you move the prints like the duck and the flower is both dark? Could you move the duck over so you can move the lighter one? You know what I mean? Can you move the position of the
Let me
prints?
try that a minute and see what. Now, let me go back to what I had. Let me see if it lets me edit this. Back to design. Okay, here we go. So let me see if I try to move this around. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be wanting to let me
Move them to another place.
move
Yeah.
them. So what I may have to do is just take this off and upload a new one, or yeah. So it's a little clunky, but
It's going to cause you to think before you move them in. That's
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
wonder
okay.
if you went to, yeah, it's just the same thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can, yeah. But yeah, you probably want to have a little bit of a plan mapped out before you start.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you see they have all kinds, and a lot of these sites will have these all kinds of other prints that you can make, like mouse pads and pillows. I just started a class on really cool photo gifts for Mother's Day, where we go through some of these, like calendars or pillows with images on them. I want to show you one more too, because you don't have to just stick with photos. If you want to go in and say, make a canvas print, and why don't we say we're going to make this portrait mode. So say you want to just mount some or mount on the wall some kind of quote that means something to you, like this. This is a free template, and you can just go in here, and you don't even have to do that. You could just do some kind of drawing or image. So Canva is a do-it-yourself. And I saw Sandra here. Sandra is a very big fan of Canva. But it's a do-it-yourself graphic design site. Does all kinds of things. You can make marketing brochures on here. You can make photo books. You can make different types of social media memes and posts and things like that. But here you have templates. Many of these are free to use. The only thing you pay for is the actual print. But here, if you wanted to create a graduation gift for somebody, since graduations are coming up, maybe make a canvas print that they can put on their wall in their bedroom or in their college dorm room. And you've got a lot of customization options here too. So maybe I don't like this color scheme. I could go with another color, maybe go with blue and change. Right up here is my color palette, and I could change this to blue and this to blue as well. And just completely change the color scheme. Maybe I don't even like the background color and I could change that to like a gray or something like this. And from there, I just go and I print a canvas. So it gives you the option for sizes. I can go with a large or even a medium. And it gives you some options for the edges. You can either have it mirrored or just have it stretched, and you're all set to go. You can also create something from scratch if you want. Completely your own design. If you're feeling particularly artistic, you can start with a create canvas print, and gives you options to drop in your own background. Say you want to drop in a pattern or something. Bunch of selections here. And here's some, maybe I want just something inspirational. I can go to add a heading, move it up a little bit. And just, whoa, wait a minute. All right. And just write fly. I'm not locked in with this font. Just having a little trouble fumbling around here, getting over the text, but okay. And then you go in here and there are some options here that require a pro account. There is a Canva Pro that is a monthly subscription fee, I think of like 12 or 13 bucks, but they have plenty here that are free. So if I wanted to go with something like this, and if I wanted a different color for the text, I could try something else. Whoops. And there I go. Totally created on my own. If you've got your own artwork or your own photos, you can even just go in here. You can see here, I've had several photos uploaded. That is very easy to do. You go to upload media and it allows you to either drop it in from your computer or from Facebook or Instagram or Google Drive. It also has elements in here if you wanted to create some, let's say we wanted to get rid of that, and you've got different elements here. So maybe you're a sports fan, it's baseball season, and you just want to put something up on your wall like this, and you say, play ball. Not Ole ball. And maybe come up with a background color of some sort. You can always just go with a solid color. They have those up here. Maybe I'll go in here and just does allow you to really customize that color a little bit. So let's see, maybe go with something like that, and you have yourself a little canvas poster. So I've been talking a lot. Thought I'd stop, see if there are any questions. Anything that looks enticing, something you want to create?
You know, the tiles look good. I have, I'm in a bungalow, and that's where I struggle with having stuff on the wall with, you know, most pictures are too big, but those tiles look interesting because there's not that much room. You know, I don't want anything that big, but it looks interesting to have a series of prints that would go along the long wall.
Yeah, yeah. You know where else, Jeannie? I think that those would work really nicely is and you probably don't have this in a bungalow, but on a staircase, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes on a wall and a stair. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do have the staircase up to the upper level. The other place that I really struggle for is the in the bathroom. It's probably about 18 inches. That's a straight wall before the ceiling starts to slope. But that's a little bit challenging because you've got the water in there. So you've got to make sure it's something that's more waterproof.
Yeah, yeah.
Not waterproof.
That's what,
you know.
if some of those tile, and I do need to, this is the premiere of this class. So questions come up that I realize I need to look into, but you know, those tiles, if you can get them printed on something like ceramic or some kind of waterproof material like that, that's really ideal for a bathroom.
Yeah. Although
Yeah.
they're not that expensive either. So it's, you know, they may work out okay as long as they're not too close to the shower.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've used the towels before and I really like them.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
yeah. And they're easy to put on a wall, Deborah.
They're very easy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
And they send you everything you need to put them on the wall.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What size is the right size usually? I mean, is it 2x2 or 4x4 or 4x5? Any size?
You know, I think that's going to depend on the place you want to put it, how much space you want to fill on the wall. But the other thing you need to think about, and it's probably going to be less of a concern with tiles, is the resolution of the photo. And if it's an old photo that maybe you scanned or something like that, and the resolution isn't high enough, it might not print that well. But I would imagine the tiles are small enough that most of them would come out fine.
Mhm.
The other thing with tiles, I think they're sort of conducive to doing a series or a collection or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple other odd spots downstairs, like off the kitchen. It opens up to a bar area that's got
Yeah.
a narrow wall. That it would be nice to put something small and narrow, just like on top of each other down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think some of these things will I should look into them.
Yeah. Yeah. What's really nice is that all kinds of sizes you can choose from. So, yeah. There are, I'm going to show you too, some options on mobile devices where you can just go directly whoops, I guess I forgot those, but I do have them listed in the class notes. But there are several that you can do. Some of these are actually mobile optimized as well. So you could take a photo that you've got sitting on your smartphone and order from Shutterfly or Snapfish, Canva. Some of these others all have mobile apps that you can download and just upload then your smartphone photos right onto those platforms and order right from there. And there are some that are designed specifically for mobile use as well. And I'll list those in the with link. Well, I don't have links since they're mobile apps that you download, but I will list the names of them, and you can just look for those on your app store. Okay. Any other thoughts or questions?
I'm really excited about looking into Printique. That is going to be my next addiction. I can see it right now. I can't wait to get into some of those shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will be that will help you wean yourself off canvas. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go over some key takeaways here. Oops, going backwards. So remember, a variety of online sites can help you do that. I probably scratched the surface. There are many out there. And the links that I will send you will list some that may not even have appeared on the list that I just provided on these slides today. You can print those images on canvas, on wood, acrylic, tile, cloth, and other materials. And you can print your own photos, or you can create quotes or sayings or just artwork of any kind. And you can use the templates on the sites or create it completely from scratch. So you might try that on Canva. And I think that's probably the first one that comes to mind for me in creating something that isn't necessarily photo related. Okay.
I did think of a question.
Yeah.
The ones that are framed, I mean, having them all together in one package is nice. But like I usually go to like Michael's or Joann's Fabric and get my or even just a frame store and get my art custom frames, so they sort of all match the house or in certain room for certain rooms.
Yeah.
Can you just, if you don't get it framed, because some of those that we were talking about on foam and different materials, can you take those to different places and get them framed elsewhere, or should you get them framed through the company that you're getting them printed at?
So I can't vouch for the quality of the frames that they provide. If you're really particular about what kind of frame you want and what kind of matting you want in that frame, it might not be a bad idea to go to Michael's. Some of them will allow you, some of those sites will allow you to just order the print itself without the frame, and others will give you the option of doing either one, and they charge you an extra fee for the frame and the matting. But,
I'm not that particular. It's more like depending on where the picture is going, if I want it to match the other things. But like I was talking about, adding some pictures to the bedroom. There's really, I mean, that's a blank slate. So it's like if I were to get them all at one spot, they'd be in the same pattern.
Right. Trying to remember one of them that I visited, I know allows you to, I think it might be Printique, but one of them shows you the different frame options that you can get to give you an idea. Is it this one? Let's see, framed prints. Yes, here we go. You can get it with no mat or just a single mat. You can choose the color of the mat you want to use. And there is and this is something I don't know, I'd like to study more, but there is a whole almost science around the right matting for a photo when you're framing it. But say you want to go with this, and then I think you have an option of different frames you can choose as well. Yeah, see more styles. So you can get black or wood, or yeah, they have several to choose from.
Because I know I bought a tile from a local pottery place. And it looked like it would be a bear to get that thing framed. So I ended up buying it already framed through them.
Yeah. 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 Going to get custom frames too can get kind of expensive. I know. I've been thinking about taking a class myself on how to frame your own photos. But even that can getting the materials can be kind of expensive. And I'm worried that I'm going to be really bad at it too. So I may end up just going to get custom framing.
Yeah, I'm lucky. The first watercolor print I bought had already been framed. And I just fell in love with the style of it. So it's very basic, and it's not cheap to get anything custom framed, but it's at the lower end of the custom framing stores.
Yeah.
Option. Let's put it that way. So
Yeah.
I'm lucky in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let me give you a heads up about some other classes coming up involving the home. One is creating from waste. There's a whole, I think we've got a whole series on this, creating from waste. And this one focuses on tin cans and paper. Creating a unique business from home. And then as you've probably seen, we have quite a few cooking classes and food related classes. So we have one on sourdough baking that's coming up tomorrow, I believe. My next classes tomorrow, I have a class on Google Photos, but it's a part 2. It's part of a pair of classes, Google Photos Basics, which just teaches you how to set up a Google Photos account to back up your photos in the cloud. And then this part 2 walks you through how to actually organize those photos, and also shows you how some of that organization is done for you automatically with artificial intelligence. And then I have one on designing your own t-shirts and sweatshirts, which is a lot of fun. If you create some beautiful wall art, we'd love to hear about it. You can share your experience either by showing it off on your social media feeds, maybe giving us a shout out with the hashtag #GetSetUp, or you can always drop Liz on our team a note. Liz is always looking for success stories and new things that people have created based on what they've learned on GetSetUp. That's her email address, liz@getsetup.io. And I'll send you some class notes, and that will have some takeaways, and I'll have a lot of links for you to so you have those as a resource. You also have the option of recommending the class if you like this. This is the first time we've done this one, but it will be ongoing. And you can share that on Facebook with friends, or email it directly to a friend or friends. We'll have some other class suggestions here for you, as well as a link to view the schedule, the full schedule of GetSetUp classes, and then a feedback form, which allows you to rate on a 5-star scale the class and the guide, as we always have with our classes, and also to add comments about what you liked about the class, what you didn't like about it, what we could do to improve it. And lastly, if you have ideas for other classes you'd like to see us offer that we're not offering yet, please let us know. We are going through these feedback forms thoroughly and looking at what people are interested in learning, and from there starting to create classes based on those. And you also have a new option when you register for a class. You can click here when you register. You'll have this little symbol here, and then you can go and either share the class on Facebook, WhatsApp, or directly via email to invite a friend to join you for the class. And lastly, if you are interested in hosting an interest group on Get Set Up, we'd love to help you out with that. We have a lot of interest groups on the platform, everything from people talking about their pets to a shared hobby and a topic of interest. So you can let us know about that at help@getsetup.io. You can also use that email address to suggest a new class. You're not limited to the feedback form. If you are a member of an organization that you think might be a potential partner for Get Set Up, say for classes for the membership, or you're living in a senior living community of some sort and some of the residents there might benefit from that, let us know about that. We'd be glad to pursue that. And lastly, again, if you would like a recording of this session, you can email us at help@getsetup.io. Okay. So I enjoyed spending the last hour with you, and I hope you all have a great rest of the day and hope to see you again soon in another class.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
I have an idea for the feedback. I have an idea for that feedback form.
Yes.
I'll probably, it'll probably just me ended up sending it to that email address, but I think it'd be really great to be able to have a photo icon at the bottom and then share with the instructor some of the products from the class. I think that'd be wonderful because I've created over 30 things in Canva, and
Yeah.
it has just changed me so much. I can't imagine what my life would be like today if I hadn't had that. I might have discovered it somewhere, but I think it'd be wonderful for the instructor in all of the themes to be able to have a picture.
That's a great idea. The other thing I am thrilled to let you know about, Sandra, is we are starting to I'm really interested in putting together not classes necessarily, but just some social hours where people can share things that they've created based on the classes that they've attended on Get Set Up. So that is in the works, and it's a great way to just for everybody, not just for the instructor to see, but for everybody to sort of celebrate what they've learned and share it and what they've created. So yeah. So, but I will bring that up about the feedback form as well. That would be very cool to add.
Sure, thanks. I think it would really respect the instructor to have some some accountability for us to be able to integrate that learning and share what it is that we've done with these great classes.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That is a great idea. I'm going to bring that up today.
I would really love to do that, even if I had one of the cooking classes and said, how exciting it was to be able to learn how to cook using your recipe or whatever. I think that they would realize that what they do here is really meaningful.
Yeah, that is an awesome suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. So, okay, everybody, take good care. Happy Earth Day again.